Hi everyone. So it's been a week since I started using the Udos oil. Here it is again for you to see. Um, since I've been putting it in my diet, just been putting or trying to have 1 tablespoon a day, not necessarily all at once. So I've been on some days having 2 teaspoons. So I'll have a teaspoon with something in the morning, and another teaspoon later on. So then it's spread out a little bit. So, things I've been putting it in, I added it to a chili that I cooked. I actually put 2 tablespoons in the chili, but I made enough chili for me and my fiance Danny. So, um, when we both had some, it worked out that we roughly had a tablespoon each. So then that was about right. So obviously, if you're making something in a higher quantity, you may want to add a little bit more, so then it evens out to what you'd actually need to have to take. I also bought some yogurts to have because I work in an office 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. It's quite easy to be able to introduce it into a diet then, I feel, because you could have it on a regular basis then. So I've just been putting 1 teaspoon in a yogurt, just a regular sized pot of yogurt, and which tastes absolutely fine, tastes great. And I've been having that every day. I'm going to try and think of some other things to possibly put it in for having to introduce into your breakfast food. I have been having the yogurt as part of my breakfast, but I was thinking maybe we could put it in a smoothie or something like that. So I'll look into that over the next week and maybe add it into something like that as well and see what comes out of that. So that's pretty much what I've been doing this week. Obviously, I'm not going to start noticing any changes or any really feeling until I'd say 2 to 3 weeks of me taking it most days because it's really got to start working in your system. I'm hoping one of the good things it will do for me is because I work in an office, I work in an air conditioned office, which can be quite draining on your skin sometimes, and I find I'm always having to use moisturisers, especially on my hands. I mean, it's hard to tell here, but I'd get very, very dry hands and sometimes dry skin on my face. So the healthy oils and things in that should hopefully make that better. So I will watch my skin over the time to see if maybe that'll also change and just give it a bit more moisture, I'm hoping. So we'll report back in a few weeks about that one and see what it's doing. So for the next week, I'm gonna, as I say, try and introduce it into some other breakfast foods and see how we get on there, and also think of some other recipes to put it in for dinner time. So I was thinking possibly I could use it as a marinade to, for example, if I'm making some sort of prawn dish, I could marinate the prawns in the oil and then other seasoning the night before, which would really take all the good, it'd soak up all the juices from the oil, and then you wouldn't actually be cooking with it because you'd take it out of the marinade, but it'd have still got the benefit of them oils. So I'll let you know how I get on over the next week and what other things I've thought of putting in, and also to let you know if I'm actually starting to feel any different, as it'll have been a couple of weeks into it by that point. Okay, see you soon.